tariffs on China and 32.6% for Chinese tariffs on America. This is an increase in trade restrictions. It's not an overall decrease.
So the president said that Xi agreed to begin immediate purchases of U.S. soybeans and other farm goods, and that China would.
Bus crashes in Monroe County. I'm Jessica Dupnack, and 11 people were taken to the hospital. Coming up, what police sources are telling me about the crash.
Fox 2 pressing Taylor School District officials on a probe into a teacher accused of making girls in class uncomfortable. I'm Dave Kinchin with what the officials have to say next.
I'm meteorologist Rich Luderman. Low pressure is moving away from the Great Lakes, and that means dry weather for trick-or-treating and the weekend. We'll check the numbers for you just ahead.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now.
Breaking tonight, 11 people rushed to the hospital after a limo bus crashes along I-75 in Monroe County. Good evening, everyone. I'm Taryn Asher.
And I'm Rup Raj. Right now, investigators are working to find out how that bus veered off the road. Let's get live to Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack. She has the latest from the weather beast on the road right now. Jess, what happened?
Rup, Taryn, we're in the weather beast because there wasn't a great safe vantage point of the crash. As you said, 11 people taken to the hospital earlier this evening, both in Monroe and Toledo. Now, that number was given to us shortly after the crash, and since then, Michigan State Police have not released any additional information. Now, several people who were at the scene who live off the highway where this happened told us that they kind of peered through the bushes where it happened, and they could overhear that a lot of these victims were 18, 19-year-olds, so young people we're talking about. Now, take a look at this video. You can see the limo bus through the trees here where it veered off the highway. This is off I-75 heading southbound right around Hurd Road. That's in Frenchtown Township, which is right near Monroe. Now, it's unclear what caused the bus to go off the road. We're told it was the only vehicle that crashed. Now, police sources telling us tonight that the vehicle was registered out of Detroit and not registered or licensed to carry passengers. Now, secondary to those injuries, of course, a massive traffic backup because of this crash all evening long, especially a lot of semi-trucks searching for alternate routes for hours Thursday. Now, Michigan State Police have taken over this investigation, which will, of course, include determining whether or not the driver was under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time of the crash. So still a lot to unpack. I know traffic reconstruction was being done when we were out there. It's a really dark area, dark stretch of I-75. And of course, you know, that reconstruction will hopefully answer some questions as to what happened here and interviewing that driver. We will continue to stay on top of this story. Reporting live in Monroe County, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, just to clarify here, I understand that you're saying that this was not licensed to carry passengers. I guess that kind of takes the whole, you know, hiring a company with a driver to take people around theory. So instead, it could have been something where someone decided to rent this vehicle and take their friends with them.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Just because you have one of these limos or limo buses, there's certain credentials through the state that are required that the driver must have to carry passengers. Now, that was information that was given to us earlier by police sources. As far as what the driver had to say about that, that is unclear. It'll all be part of this ongoing investigation, Rup.
And just real quickly, how serious do we know are the injuries right now?
That's a very good question. We were not even able, through my police sources, to determine what the injuries were. Now, I was told earlier that nothing was fatal at that time, around 6 o'clock when this all happened. Again, Michigan State Police, kind of notoriously tight-lipped when it comes to this kind of thing, have not described those injuries in terms of the extent of them or seriousness.
Well, let's hope that we get some more information, because I'm sure family and friends would like to know how they're doing. Of course, we'll keep checking in. Jessica Dupnack for us live tonight. Thank you. Well, new details tonight in an investigation into a veteran Taylor teacher accused of making sexual comments to female students with allegations dating back several years.
And Fox 2 confirming tonight the teacher facing the allegations is now on paid leave as the district investigates. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin is live tonight in Taylor as more students have started to come forward. And Dave, with similar claims?
Yeah, that's right. You know, we broke this story 2 days ago on Fox 2, and tonight we spoke exclusively with the Taylor School Board president, who confirms the investigation into these allegations as more former students come forward with allegations against this teacher and now other teachers in the school district. Let's go to video right now, fill in all of the latest details here. On Tuesday, we told you about one teacher who allegedly spent years making inappropriate comments to female students while teaching at Taylor High School before later moving to a middle school. According to district officials, parents and former students allege he made young girls feel targeted and uncomfortable by talking about their physical appearance. We're told by former students and their parents that this teacher commented on the clothes they wore and made what they call unwanted advances. Tonight, we pressed the school board president, who is also the former Taylor Teachers Union president, on the investigation and what happens next. Listen in.
The teacher in question is out on a leave while the investigation's going on, and we'll take it from there.
Is it paid leave?
He's on a paid leave, yes.
I was like scared to ask questions in his class, like immediately, because I just got like weird. I felt weird, like, talking to him, because the way that he'd look at you, the way he'd speak to you, he tried to talk slow and seductive when he talked to women. It was weird. So I just didn't want to ask a question.
He would make comments about me in my softball uniform or my volleyball uniform, you know, about my nice legs or, you know, things like that. So, and a 17-year-old me giggled and laughed it off. I was like, whatever, you know. I didn't think anything of it.
I was the president of the Taylor Federation of Teachers at one time during that for 15 years, and during that time this particular teacher in question had never had any trouble and was never, I couldn't pick him out of a crowd because there were never any issues.
Now, Fox 2 is not naming this teacher because he has not been charged with a crime. We can tell you we spoke with him by phone earlier this week. He strongly denies these accusations, but declined to comment further on the record. Tonight on The Edge, we drilled down on district policy and asked what the district is doing to make students feel safer, as again, we're getting reports of several teachers, several in this district, the Taylor School District, being accused of making similar inappropriate comments to several students. That's tonight on The Edge. We're live in Taylor. Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
And it sounds like there's quite a pattern here, allegedly, and many people, though, now coming forward. What initially do we know what sparked some of these women, these students, to come forward now? Because it has been going on for so long.
Yeah, you know, that's what we understand from parents, that this has been going on a while. There was a parent that overheard their child talking about this and made a post on social media. We spoke with that parent earlier this week, and that post went viral on social media, prompted other parents to say this allegedly happened to their child as well, and that's when it really took off from there.
Yeah, they seem to feel, you know, people feel more comfortable when more people come forward, so maybe they felt some security in that. Thanks, Dave. We'll see where this goes.
Oakland County deputies are stepping up patrols after a stranger danger incident in Highland Township. It comes after reports of a suspicious person parked near 2 bus stops for Spring Mills Elementary School. This happened this morning. The person was wearing all black and wearing a ski mask. One incident involved a gray or tan colored car. A second incident involved a red one. Both bus stops were near M59 and Duck Lake Road. Parents have been notified by the district.
All right, let's talk about our all-important weather forecast. There's certainly a chill in the air. We've had some rain. Will we have it tomorrow for Halloween? All
right, Weather 30 Rich Luderman has our Halloween forecast, and hopefully it's not too spooky, huh?
Not too bad, Rup and Taryn. Our storm that we've been watching is now east of us. We did get some rain today, especially on the east side, but that's all clearing out nicely. Temperatures are falling off. 44 here, 36 up in Lansing, 45 in Port Huron. Live pictures right here in Southfield, all quiet across the region. On average, we'll get down to 38, and then here it comes, a dry stretch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to check that trick-or-treat forecast in detail coming up in 20. Taryn, back to you.
All right, thanks, Rich. Well, the construction on I-696 is about to become an even bigger headache. Several entrance and exit ramps are set to close. Construction on the eastbound lanes is almost finished. Once that's done, westbound traffic will shift over to the eastbound side sometime in mid-November. And that means the westbound ramps at Cousins Pleasants, Bermuda, Coolidge, Greenfield, and Evergreen are all expected to close. The westbound exit to Woodward and Southfield will remain open. We do have some good news. MDOT's Diane Cross says the construction project is running on schedule.
80% of Fox News newsroom just said, what? Evergreen?
Now I'm going to reroute. Well, still ahead, last-ditch effort to save SNAP benefits in Michigan. State senators passed a bill to continue funding, but it hit a roadblock. We break down the latest developments when we come back.
Also today, it's the end of an era in downtown Birmingham. A long-standing slider joint is getting ready for a big move. We'll tell you where you'll have to go now for Hunter House Burgers. You're watching the News at 10.